There are many things in life that we can't control. Our past, where we come from, what others think about us, and even time itself. But there are also things that we can control, and you can choose to keep your space tidy, you can choose to carry yourself with confidence, and you can even choose to dress like the man that you envision yourself to be. And in this video, I'm going to share my experience with you and give you 4 powerful reasons why dressing up can change your life as well. Hello everyone, welcome to the Iron Lapel. My name is Henry and I aim to teach men to dress with confidence and maturity to lead a life with integrity in a world that needs their best. A lot of men struggle with personal style. Maybe you think dressing up is too expensive. I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard. Or the classic, clothes doesn't define me. These are all common thoughts, but let's break them down. Dressing up is something too expensive. The truth is, it can be, if you don't know where to look or if you believe that luxury equals quality. But here's the reality. Dressing like a gentleman does not have to be expensive. In fact, it is often cheaper than fast fashion. I've personally wasted hundreds of dollars on trendy clothes that I've worn once or twice before deciding that I didn't like them anymore. But when I started investing in timeless, well-fitted pieces, my wardrobe became simpler, more stylish, and more cost-effective. I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard. And let me ask you, what does trying too hard even mean? If you're dressing in a way that doesn't match who you truly are, then sure, maybe. But if you're holding yourself back because of what others might think, then you're not trying too hard. You're just suppressing the man you want to become. You deserve to present yourself well, and trust me, no one who matters is going to judge you for it. Clothes don't define me. And you're right, clothes alone don't define you. A suit hanging in a store is just fabric on a rack. But once you put it on, it becomes a statement. It tells people what to expect from you before you even say a word. Your style is a form of self-respect and it affects how you see yourself and how the world sees you. So now let me share the 4 ways that dressing like a gentleman changed my life. Alright, the first and most important reason is confidence. In the United States Marines, one of the first lessons that they teach us is how to present ourselves well and why it matters. For a nation that depends on us, we must look like men who are trustworthy, disciplined, and hold ourselves with high respect. And that same principle applies to life outside of the military. So when I was discharged from the Marines, I decided to go to college as a business major. I knew it was going to be a challenge. I hadn't been in school for 4 years, but I refused to let that stop me. One thing that the military taught me was the power of presentation. So I made the decision. I was going to dress business casual every time I stepped into class. Why? Because I wanted to take this next chapter of my life seriously. That meant showing up like it mattered. And you know what happened? Dressing well gave me confidence. I found myself sitting in the front row instead of sitting at the back, asking more questions instead of staying quiet, focusing on my goals instead of second-guessing myself. And people noticed. They started asking me for advice on how to dress better. There's even scientific proof that dressing well improves test scores because it helps you zone in and focus on the task at hand. And I've experienced that firsthand. So if you're looking for a simple way to boost your confidence, start by dressing like you mean it. Because when you dress better, you feel better. And when you feel better, you perform better. Alright, the second reason why dressing up changed my life is because it helped me attract like-minded people. So there was a time in one of my college classes when we had a Shark Tank style project. And if you've never seen the show, Shark Tank is a reality TV show where entrepreneurs pitch their business ideas to a panel of investors hoping to secure funding. In our case, we had to create an idea, develop a business plan, and pitch it. We were allowed to form teams of 5, and when it came to choosing our members, something interesting happened. People gravitated towards me because they already knew who I was. I was the guy who showed up sharp, prepared, and engaged. I always wore a suit to class sometimes. And because of that, the best people in the class naturally wanted to work with me. I didn't have to go searching for a great team. A great team came to me. Since we could only have 5 people in the group, I eventually had to turn some students away. Now, here's the best part. I had no idea who was actually on my team at first, but I knew we were going to succeed because we all had similar mindsets and work ethic. We came up with an idea for a solar-powered portable cooking stove for camping, something that didn't exist in the market at the time. Our team competed against 15 other groups in our class and we won. We were chosen to represent our class in the college-wide competition and Guess what? We won that as well. Now, I do think that our idea was great. Absolutely. I do think that my team was amazing, no doubt as well. But here's the thing. We were the only group that showed up in suits. That alone made a statement before we even said a word. And that's the power of dressing well. People judge first by appearance, not because they're shallow, but because that's how the human brain works. If you carry yourself well, people will assume you're someone worth paying attention to. And when it comes to building relationships, networking, or working on a team, who you attract matters. That's why dressing like a gentleman isn't just about looking good. It's about aligning yourself with the kind of people who will push you to be better. The third reason why dressing well changed my life is it opened doors to opportunities I never thought possible. After 2 years as a business major, I had the tough realization that this wasn't for me. So I made the hard decision to switch to electrical engineering. And I think it was crazy because most people switch out of engineering into business and not the other way around. So I guess it was a little different. But I found my reasoning, and once I made the switch, I never looked back. Now, here's where dressing well made a difference. As a new electrical engineering student, I knew that a lot of work had to be done. Engineering internships are extremely competitive, and most companies prefer juniors and seniors, not freshmen like me. But I didn't let that stop me. I worked on side projects to get hands-on experience as soon as possible. Then I took a bold step. I applied to 10 different positions in companies related to my field. So out of those 10 companies, I heard back from one, and not just any company, it was actually a big company as well. A name that you probably recognize even if you're not in the industry. So they invited me for an online interview, and even though it was virtual, I still decided to wear a suit. After the interview, they told me something surprising. I was the only one out of 10 candidates that they interviewed so far who dressed up for the interview, and they respected that. Now, the thing was, I didn't get the job. I was still a freshman after all, and they needed someone with more experience. But here's what did happen. They gave me their personal contact info and told me that once I gained more experience, reach out to us. So that one decision to dress well, even for a virtual interview, eventually led me to the job I wanted in my field. And I couldn't be more happier. So what was the fourth reason about dressing well that changed my life? Well, it strengthened my relationship with my girlfriend. Dressing well for someone you care about is more than just looking good. It's a romantic gesture. And it takes us back to a time when things were simpler, when men and women put in effort to dress up for each other, to make the moment feel more special. No phones, no distractions, just two people fully present, appreciating each other. Now, I remember when my girlfriend and I started seeing each other, I wanted to make a good first impression. So for some of our dates, I made sure to dress up. Now, it's not because I had to, not because she expected it, but because she also loves dressing up, and I knew she'd appreciate that. I put in the same effort. To her, it wasn't just about clothes, it was about what it represented. It showed her that I valued our time together, that I wanted to make her feel special. And here's the thing, women notice effort. They notice when you take time to look presentable, sharp, and put together. It's not about wearing a suit every day. It's about showing that you care enough to try. A well-dressed man commands attention, respect, and admiration. And when you're in a relationship, dressing well is a way of saying, I still want to impress you, even after all this time. Because at the end of the day, the effort you put into your appearance reflects the effort you put into other areas of your life. And that kind of man, the one who pays attention to the details, who carries himself with confidence and respect, is the kind of man who makes a lasting impression. So, if you're in a relationship or hoping to be in one someday, dress up for your partner. Not because you have to, but because it's a simple yet powerful way to say you're worth the effort. So, there you have it, 4 ways why dressing up like a gentleman changed my life, and how it can change yours as well. From boosting my confidence to attracting like-minded individuals and unlocking new opportunities and strengthening my relationship, the way I dress played a bigger role in my life than I ever expected. So remember, how you present yourself matters, because when you dress well, you carry yourself differently. You walk with more purpose, you speak with conviction, and you attract the opportunities and people that align with the man that you want to become. So if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments how dressing well made a difference in your life. And if you're just starting, what's one thing that you'll do to level up your style? If you have any questions at all, please leave them down below in the comments. I would like to hear from you. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. So thank you everyone for 100 subscribers. I do appreciate you watching my videos. and I hope to get to 150 by the end of the month, but we'll see about that. Thank you for tuning in to the video, and remember to take care of yourself.